Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa, and I'm a volunteer for BloomAgainBklyn. Thanks for volunteering your time today to help us make cards for seniors living in your community. Some of the seniors are living in nursing homes. They might be living alone. So we'll be making cards today, and we'll be able to pass on the cards you make to them personally. Thanks again, really, for joining us today, and I'm happy to show you some designs, and I'll show you 5 of my favorite designs just for you. Alrighty, we'll get started. You've gotten these postcards, and first, before you start gluing the flowers onto the cards, I want you to write your messages. So I wrote here, "Happy Spring to you," as you see here, and you could just write any of the messages personally to the seniors and just put in the back, and then we'll be designing on the front. Alrighty, so I want to show you one first design, and basically when we go out in the garden, we look at flowers popping up, and I want to draw some stems and some leaves on my card. So I'll just show an example. For example, I'm just drawing here a stem with some leaves. Some have 2 leaves, some have many leaves. So you could decide how many you want to draw. And you could color it in, different shade if you want. And then I'm going to draw another one on the side here. So the idea is to make the base of your flower with the stems and leaves. Alrighty? And as you notice, I have these blank spots right here, and that's where the flowers are going to go. So I have here ready, and you're going to have different types of flowers you could cut from. I have this big one here, and I'm just going to take that and just cut the stem off. So you just have the bloom like that. Alrighty? So sort of flatten it out a little, so because when we glue it, we just want to make sure it's easy to glue. And what you do is not glue just the top pointy part here, but have that glue ready and just glue it from all of that back part, even where the petals are. Okay, just blow it a little. And then I'm going to put that right where that bloom is missing. Now press it down a little. Okay. Alrighty. And there you have a design in which you're going to have your flower and then the stem and leaves that you've drawn. I already made one here. And there you have it. I made one that has 1 large flower and 2 smaller ones. Just show you up here up close like that. Alrighty, so have fun, and you could put 2 big ones, you could put 3 small ones, you can make it horizontal, vertical, whatever you decide is just fine. Alrighty, the next design will be drawing a vase. Whenever you take flowers home, you need water for your flowers to survive. So we're just going to draw a vase, and it could be any type of vase you want, round, square, whatever colors you want. So I'm just going to here maybe draw a bit of a triangle here, and then have here a vase for my flowers. And you're saying vase, how can that be a vase? Well, I'm going to be cutting the top of this vase, and maybe you want to have mom or dad do this just by poking a hole and just cutting an opening on the top of this vase. Alrighty? And before that, you could actually also finish up by drawing flowers on this, or shapes, and coloring it, and just having fun with designing your vase. But now that I have this slit here, I'm going to be putting flowers into this vase. So it's like really arranging your flowers. So I'm just putting one there. And you might be getting stems of flowers that are like this, and you could deconstruct it by just cutting from the stem, and then you have many flowers that you could use. So I pre-cut things. So I have here another flower, and I'm just going to insert that into the vase. Just have fun. And it's like really arranging your flowers, but they're silk. And then I'm going to put it in here like that. So I just want to get you have this idea of inserting flowers like that. And then when you turn it over in the back, in order to stabilize it, I need you to have some tape. Here's some tape. And just tape all those stems you have in the back down so that they're not moving too much. And if this is too long, right here, the stems here, just cut it off. Okay, so I have here that second design, and I finished one here, and I just wanted to show you how that turned out. There we have it. And I'll show you up close here. Alrighty, so have fun drawing that vase and arranging your flowers with these silk flowers that you've gotten. Again, deconstructing and cutting different little flowers, and even adding a big one if you want. Great. So the second design is if you have washi tape, that's this Japanese tape that really comes in different colors. And if you happen to have that, that's great. But the main idea of this exercise is to deconstruct a flower and make it into a different type of flower. So for example, in this silk flower, I have many little flowers, and you might have different types, and each kit is very different. So what I'm going to do is cut each bloom off like that. So I have these 3 little blooms here, 3 separate blooms. And instead of just gluing one at a time, which you could just do as you want, but I'm going to create from these 3 little blooms a bigger one. Okay, so I'm just going to have my handy glue here and take away, let's see, cut that a little more. And I have here some glue. And I'm just going to glue that here down onto the card. You get another one of these smaller blooms. So it's just sort of fun how you could make a bigger bloom, a different looking type of flower by deconstructing or by cutting up these smaller ones and then gluing them so that they look like one bigger flower. So that's just an idea that you could also do for your card. And just press it lightly like that. So, okay, so you have, and you could do that all over the card. And then I thought, well, instead of just having that, instead of it being just a white card, I have some washi tape. I'm just gonna like tape around or just the borders of the design, even overlapping. Already, and I have one finished card already that I want to show you. And there you will see 3 flowers that I've made. And they were the smaller flowers. And then now I made them into the larger ones. And that's what you could do with a different type of flower. And then I have another type of washi tape. Ready? I'll just show you that. That's how it turned out. And use whatever you want. If you don't have washi tape, that's fine. Just the idea is that you could make different types of flowers by using smaller flowers to make one larger one. Okay, great. We're moving along to another exercise I want to show you. You've gotten quite a few stems, and what you want to do for this exercise is look for leaves that are different. Like each stem will probably have a different leaf, and as just like in nature, every flower has a different type of leaf. So for this exercise, I've collected different leaves that I found in these silks. You might not have the exact same ones, but the idea is to use these on your card. So you might even have these smaller ones. Okay, and I just want you to have fun discovering the different leaves that you might have, and then we're going to be gluing those on. And they could be a border, for example, if you want to have that as your design element. So I'm just going to glue one right there. You need to press it. These are a little harder to stick, but they'll be fine. You have these cute small ones. Don't forget those. All right, and then we're going to be gluing that onto the card. And I decided to make a border out of this, so I glued one here and I could glue one here already. And in the center, I could add a flower. So I think the whole idea is I want you to also utilize your leaves, not only the flowers, and also try to find different ones. Okay, and I have one that I've finished here. I just want to show you. And here I found different leaves, and I also made hearts, drew hearts here, and then I added a flower in the center. So if you want to add the flower on the side and one flower, just be creative. You don't have to follow exactly what I've done here, but I'll show you here what I've made. So that's the fun part about this, because you'll be getting different leaves with all your silks. All right, I have two more designs, and one would involve using some construction paper. If you don't have that, that's fine. But I just want to show you this fun design. And I found my scissors that has these bordered, sort of not the straight edge, but they're like bordered designs. So what I've done here is just cut strips of this. Okay. This, and I also have pink already, and then I could also cut a strip of that. And it doesn't have to be this edging scissor. I just have it because I love crafting, but if you have a regular straight edge scissors, that's fine. So I have these strips here, and I pre-made some. Okay. And what you do with that is we're going to weave these two different colors of construction paper. So, and by doing that, I'll just show you an example, is that I'm going to glue down just the edges of the construction paper and just glue that down onto the card. Okay. And then I'll alternate it. I'll use green. Alrighty, so you have that. And then what I want, once it dries a little, you just press that down. You could use the other strips and just weave it in, okay? So like that, and then I would have another one here as an example, and you just weave in and out the strips of cardboard. Construction paper, so it becomes like a grid, and within that grid I'm just going to have flowers, and that's just sort of a design element I want to show you. Instead of keeping it just like a white card, we have these pretty strips of cardboard, construction paper, and the finished product is here. So like I said, making a woven grid and then choosing flowers and then just gluing them, and it doesn't have to be right in the middle where it's white and blank. I just sort of overlapped it, and so here's a close-up of that. Alrighty, and then another thing that I want to show you, and if you have stamps, this is just one of the last ones I'll be showing you, is that I sometimes use stamping, and I have these butterflies. So I'm just going to take the two different colors I have, pink, magenta, and this purple, and I'm just going to start stamping my card. You could draw, and that doesn't matter. I just thought as an alternative, we could use stamps if you happen to have them. And then I have here magenta, and then I just want to cover this whole card with my butterflies. If you don't have butterflies and other stamps, that's fine. Again, this is just sort of the last card I'm showing you. And you can make the other styles, of course, and of course, anything that you want to make, anything that makes you happy and what our seniors love. So after you fully stamp this, okay, I just want to show you, I'm not going to fully stamp it here. You could add some flowers on top. So this is the final card I made with all those butterflies, and then I decided just to add the 3 flowers here on the side. I could have added the whole card, but I decided just to do the 3, and that's how it looks. Okay, I'll just show you again. Great. Well, there you have it. It's your turn to start playing with your silk flowers and designing the cards. And say if you have around 5 of your favorite cards, that'll be great. And you could give those back to BloomAgainBklyn, and we'll be distributing those to the seniors. And they'll be so happy to see your cards, and I'm sure they'll be so happy to receive these. So thanks again for volunteering to make these for BloomAgainBklyn, and have fun